Hey y'all. Hiding home, ready to go. Oh, that one got a little bit burnt. That one's not as cute. How's y'all doing? Actually, I'm gonna share it to these groups because a lot of people be like, oh, you said you was gonna do this and that, and then you didn't even put it in the group. So I'm gonna go ahead and share it to the group because a lot of people be like, but you posted the recipe, but you posted the picture, pero mami, you don't post the recipe. So now you can see for real that I ain't lying. All the recipe gonna be here, right here, because it ain't nowhere else to be. Hang on one second. Okay, that's done. Hey Joshua, what's up? Hey Portia. Hey boo. How y'all doing? So I'm going to make, hey Danny. Danny gonna say this is witchcraft. So I'm gonna be making vegan brown stew chicken, and I made these delicious drumsticks earlier with the skin and the fat on it, and I'm gonna show you guys how I made that so y'all can call me a liar. Okay, let me put the screen down so you guys can see my hands. Okay, so this is chicken drums from Veg One, and I bought this at the at the Asian market. Hey Brittany, I bought these at the Asian market. They come with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drums, and this was $10.99, so like $11. Okay, see, it got Asian people writing on it at all. That's how you know it's real, right? So let me show you what the drumsticks look like. So this is how they come, frozen like this. Okay, and they have like a piece of bamboo in here that like makes it to be like a drumstick, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the full process of how I get mine to look like this. So I have Vietnamese rice paper. Once again, I know you guys, my daughter-in-law Ariel raves about you. Oh, you're Ariel's mother-in-law. Hey, so you're a Backpacks mom then. Okay, so this is Vietnamese rice paper. You can get this from the Asian market if you're not close to you actually are close to Asian market. If you live in a city that has a Chinese restaurant, you have an Asian market in your city. All you got to do is Google it, okay? If not, most regular stores will have it, so you can get this at Whole Foods, Kroger, Sprouts, Publix. Go in the international aisle and look at the Asian nigga section where the soy sauce and the teriyaki and all of that is. That's where you're going to find this. This is Vietnamese rice paper. And so if you've ever been to, hold on, because my chicken burning. I'm talking too much to y'all, now my chicken burning. Okay, if you've ever been inside a Vietnamese restaurant and had a raw spring roll, this is what it's rolled in. So this is not the same spring rolls that like Chinese people use for their spring rolls. Okay, and they come like this. So they're pretty pliable, but if you bend it too hard, it will break, right? So what you need to do is you need to wet it. Most people wet it in water, but you know, black people, we like flavor. So I have some vegan chicken broth here. I'm going to put it in here and wet it so that it can be pliable. I'm going to show you guys what the chicken broth looks like. So if you want, you can pick it up. Y'all hold on because I'm talking too much. My chicken about to burn. I'm going to show y'all the finished product. So this is like the finished drumstick, how it looks. Okay, and this is the vegan chicken broth. I bought this from Whole Foods. It was $2.76. Hey Lulu, $2.76. Okay, so remember I just put that, it comes in a cube. I put that in water, and this has kind of been like in the fridge. So I'm just pressing it down in the water, flipping it over, getting it wet. If it doesn't get wet, then you can't like mold it and ply it how you want to. So even right now, this is still not what I want. So I'm gonna lay it down here on the cutting board. I got some scraps over here. I'll move that out the way. Those are the extra pieces. So I'm just gonna put that down, and now I'm gonna start taking my other chicken pieces out. So this is another drumstick so you guys can see what it looks like. This one is not a well rolled one. So this not, you know what I'm saying, this not gonna be the star cousin that we gonna show to everybody, because this one is looking a little crazy. We're gonna do some, we're gonna finish the last 2 drumsticks in this pack, and then I have a pack of Gardein turkey cutlets, and we're gonna do what would be like our thighs, okay? Be considered our thighs. All right, so let me put that over there. Okay, so I have, you guys can see the rice paper. So I have my vegan chicken leg, right? And so the rice paper is what's going to act as the fat. When I make my vegan oxtail, I do the same thing. I put the vegan meat in here, I roll it up, and the rice paper acts as the fat. It has the exact same consistency, okay? So I hope you guys can see it. You're going to pull it over like this, right? And then the top part, you're going to put like this, kind of like a burrito. If you've rolled a burrito or you've rolled a blunt before, you can do this, okay? Just like that. Then you're going to cut off the excess. And then wham. And then you just, I'm just playing. Don't do that. Then you use your hand and push it on there. Okay? So that is the fat. Now, how are we going to get the crispy skin? I'm going to show you guys that too. I need to turn this fire down. How you get the skin is with tofu skin. I know. The skin of tofu, it's really weird, but you can get this at the Asian market too. This, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I don't remember how much this costs because I don't remember. I bought it so long ago, but I guarantee you it's not more than $5 for this pack. But I don't really remember, but I know that it wasn't expensive. Like, it was something that I bought on a whim. I had heard that you could make like chicken skin with it, and I was like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and grab this. So I know it wasn't more than like $5. Okay? The same thing with that, you have to soak it. So what I did is soaked it in the vegan chicken broth. Because let me show you guys how it is if you don't soak it. Okay, if you don't soak it, you see? It's like a cracker. You can hear it like crackling. I don't want to break it. So you have to soak it. Okay, right? So we have our chicken leg. We're going to get some tofu skin. So you want to get a pretty big, not huge piece, but kind of like a piece that can cover your chicken, because you don't want to be like trying to piece. Think of it like a blunt. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be piecing together different pieces of backwoods. That's not going to work for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have to do that. If you have to do that, you know, your blunt going to be all discombobulated. So the tofu skin is the same way. Think of the tofu skin as a backwood, trees wrap, grabba leaf, whatever you're into. You know what I'm saying? If you still smoking out of Dutchess, you know, you have to take that up with your Lord. You know, it's 2019. We shouldn't still be smoking out of Dutchess, people. But whatever. Okay? So then you're going to take this. Now, the chicken skin, do not get discouraged, or the tofu skin. It does not stay on well. So it's not going to be like how the rice paper was and just be like, oh yeah, we're all kindred spirits. It's going to be dope. No, this is not going to stay on well. So you kind of have to like either hold it like this, or you have to use the tongs and put it on the fold side down. So like the same way you would with the tortilla, you're going to put it on the fold side down, because the grease is what's going to make it seal, right? So boom. We're going to put that down like that. Okay, let me read what y'all said. All right, I'm going to have to find a non-tofu alternative. For the skin, if you find it, let me know. Because if you fry the rice paper, it doesn't come out good. This is why you're an educator. Love the references. I'm just saying. You feel me? I'm just saying. If I can do it, y'all can do it too. Okay, so we looked at it once. I'm going to show you guys again. This is the bag. And the name of the company is Veg One. And they are out of City, California. No, sorry. City of Industry, California. I paid $10.99 for 8 of these drummies, okay? So we have that here. We're going to repeat the process, right? Rice paper needs to be wet. And like I said, you can wet it in water. That's fine too. What I have over here is vegan chicken broth. But you can wet it in whatever you want to. It's up to you, okay? I'm coming to Georgia to eat with you. Come on, Cletus. Come on, Cletus. Okay, so I wet all of that. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lay it down here. Actually, I need to move some of these scraps out of the way. I just put the scraps are really hard to work with once they get wet. Same thing like with blunt paper, but I just put them to the side in case I happen to need them, okay? So I'm going to put a little bit more tofu skin in here. You guys can hear it cracking. I just need it to get wet so that I can use it. If it's not wet, you really can't do much with it. Okay? Alright, so I'm just waiting for the skin to seal on this. I'm going to add a little bit of oil, more oil. So this is, I'm black, so this is, you know, oil that I used earlier in the week for something else. I think this is the oil from when I made the Popeyes chicken sandwiches. So the oil is what helps to seal it, right? Got my tofu skin in there. I'm letting it get wet. So this is good to go. I'm going to take this. You guys can see, right? So once again, you're going to take it, put it on like this, just like you would a burrito. Then you're going to fold the top over like so. Fold the bottom over like so. Then roll it one more again. Okay? And then if you have scissors, you can cut it with a scissors. I can't find my scissors, so I'm just using a knife. So then you roll it like that. You put it on there like that. And so this is going to act as the fat, right? The rice paper is so you have the meat, which is on the bottom. The rice paper is the fat. And then underneath the fat, what do you have? You have skin, right? So that's what we're adding to it next is the tofu skin. Okay? Let me turn that a little bit. Okay, and now I'm going to get some tofu skin. And we're going to do the same thing over again. Wrap this leg up as best we can. This one is kind of a little janky piece, you know what I'm saying? You know, we talked about not using the janky pieces, but this is what we got right now until the other pieces get soaked. The janky pieces is what we got. I don't even know how I'm going to make this work. I really don't even know. Okay. God got me. I said God got me. Okay. I don't know how this one's going to work because it's sliding all over. Whoop. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to work with this piece that is basically being a menace. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Because once you get it wrapped in the same place, once it all closes in the same place, I know y'all laughing because I know y'all done seen somebody roll a blunt like this and y'all was just looking like, bro, I don't know if I want to smoke that. See, it's sliding. That's the problem. Let me try to get it back in there. Ah! I don't know, y'all. I'ma just drop it in the grease. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we absent one from another. Just sometimes with vegan food, you just gotta put the bitch in the pan and pray over it. That's all. That's the best you could do. Hey, Brittany. Brittany, I know you watching. That's what it takes, a Caribbean dish to get you over to my house. Okay. So this piece is the piece that I tried on. It's a straggler. I already bit it. So, but I just want you guys to hear how crispy it is. You guys see the skin, the fat. That's what it looks like. And this is already pretty good. And it doesn't even have any seasoning on it yet. Other than the chicken broth on the skin. You guys see? Just like fried chicken. Crazy. Crazy. Okay. So for my chicken thighs, I'm using Gardein turkey cutlets. You can get these at Walmart, Publix, Whole Foods, pretty much anywhere. And if you watched my Instagram live, this is the same thing that I use for the vegan pork chop, but I'm using it as a chicken thigh today. And so these already come, hold on, wait a minute. These already come like breaded. I'll show you guys. They already come breaded, and it comes with like its own gravy, but like I'm not about to trust white people gravy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And we're making brown stew chicken anyway, so we're about to make our own situation. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me show you. Never had a blunt. I hope I can make this. You got this, Samara. So this is what our fried chicken looks like so far. Okay. So let me stop my hands real quick. So with these thighs, we're doing the same process. We have some vegan chicken broth in here. All right. So you just need to get it like fully wet. I hope all the dudes are paying attention. You cannot do nothing until it's fully wet, okay? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna put that here and let me see. Sis, I got a meeting. I really wanted the recipe for this brown stew chicken. Been over 2 years. Let me know. Yeah, you can catch it on the live anytime. Anytime you get ready. So we got our turkey cutlet or chicken thigh or pork chop, whatever you want to call it. Same thing. We wrapping it up. It's another transferable skill, people. Wrap it up. Get it all the way wet before you go to work. I'm just saying. Okay, so once you put this on there, just let it sit. With this one, you can even, since this is supposed to be a thigh, and I have like this little straggler piece here of rice paper, you can even seal it with this piece, this extra piece right here, because you know chicken thighs have more fat on them, so that makes sense. So you just bring it around in there. Same thing. Where's my tongs? Okay. The tongs. Okay. Are y'all having a good Wednesday though? Y'all having a solid hump day? I really hope you are. And I actually probably will fry these again after I make the sauce for it, because I just, you know, who doesn't love a piece of chicken fried hard? Okay, so we got, let's see. Got some more tofu skin. So we're going to do the same thing like we did the other piece. Get it. You know, seal it up here as much as we possibly can. Whoop. And the thing with the tofu skin that makes it hard is that it starts to slide around. But as long as you have it, sorry, I hope you guys can see, to where the side that's like folding down is the one that hits the grease first, then you should be okay with it and it should seal. So let me, okay. Sorry y'all, hang on one second. I'm just using this spoon to tuck the vegan chicken skin, the tofu skin underneath, so that it actually gets sealed. Hopefully that'll work. Pero mommy, who knows? Okay. So we just got to get it till it's sealed. I can't believe that I even did this. This is like so crazy. Hey Monique, hey Rashad. Alright. Bam. Okay. So while that thigh is cooking, I'm gonna wet another piece of rice paper, and I'm gonna show you the chicken legs that we've done so far already. So let me wet the rice paper. And once again, I have this wet in vegan chicken broth. Okay. So while that's cooking, let me show you the chicken legs that we've already done. That one kind of burned. Don't look at that one. So I know they kind of look like little, what's it called it? Pretty much little empanadas or tortillas right now. But as you can see, it's hard and crispy, just like chicken skin. Hey, Michelle. And it's got that nice layer of fat underneath from the rice paper, which is great. Okay. Let's get our layer of fat out. And also, guys, really quick, you do not have to do all of this. You can, if you want to just use the chicken legs as they are, you can 100% just use the chicken legs as they are. Like, it's nothing, fam. It's literally nothing, okay? Just gonna wrap this up. Both of these you can use exactly as they are. Like, you don't have to worry about, like, oh, am I using all this extra stuff? I'm just extra, and I wanted the chicken to have a little bit of skin, because when you make brown stew chicken, you need to brown the chicken, and so the point of that is so that the skin gets nice and crispy. But most vegan meats don't have skin on them, so I just decided to create skin. That's all. Hey, Atira. All right. Okay, I think this one's gonna wrap a little bit better, because you see I have like this long flap over here. We're gonna try it. We don't know how it's gonna go, but we're gonna try it. Let's flip over our other side. Put this one in the corner real quick, and we're gonna lay this one down. Yes, sir. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil. The skin idea is cool. I feel you, Samara. Like, yeah, you don't have to do all this. I'm just being extra because I can, and I wanted to show you guys a new technique. So this is what our chicken thighs look like right now. I know they kind of look like little Crunch Wrap Supremes instead of chicken thighs, but y'all don't judge me, okay? Judge your mama. Don't judge me. So that is our chicken thighs. One time for the one time. One that is brown on one side, and the other one we're waiting for it to seal. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me see. Do I have enough tofu skin to make this seal? I'm gonna give it the college try. So I feel like I can do at least, I would like to do the last two chicken thighs, but I don't know if I'm gonna have enough tofu skin. I probably should just wet some more, right? That would be like the smart thing to do. Okay, wetting the rice paper. Lulu said I'm extra. Lulu, I can't wait to see you for homecoming, Lulu. We're not gonna have another incident like the incident we had when I was at Top Flight, and I was like, Lulu, I need to go home with you. I can't drive. We had a whole ass sleepover. I was like, Lulu, take me to your house. Ah. Okay, so our chicken thigh. Oh, that really looks good on the other side. So this is what it looks like on the other side. Let me bring the phone closer so you guys can see. I think that looks pretty good. Like a little boneless, you know, chicken thigh. I think it looks all right. Let me just hold it to the grease so it gets a little bit more, you know, crisp to it. Hey, Ashley. Bring me my piece of cake, Negro. Alright. So I'm going to put the chicken thigh over there. And then This is what our other one looks like. We got to do another chicken thigh. Wham that thing now, wham that thing. Wham that thing now, wham that thing. Okay, we're folding the rice paper. Try to make sure you guys can see. Wham. Also, when you put the rice paper on, you kind of want to press it down so that it adheres to it well, and you want to get like a lot of the air bubbles out of it. Okay, so let's get the skin. This piece still needs to soak a little bit more, but let's see what we can do. I'm sorry for the fake African accent, y'all. I've been listening to Jadena's album nonstop, so y'all just forgive me. Okay, so I gotta, you know, this is a messed up blunt piece right here. So we gonna try and fold that on there and make a closure. Just think of it like you're doing a lace front, okay? All right. It's really like, if you ever seen like somebody roll a blunt and the blunt just come out crazy, you feel like you gotta be performing surgery on the blunt. That's what wrapping tofu skin is. It's like surgery, fam. It's literally like surgery. Hey Ariel, hey Bella. Okay. I'm hoping that's gonna stay on for the 99 and the 2000. Was that the last 5? Oh no, I still got one more. God gonna make a way out of nowhere. That's all I can say about that. Okay. Hey Mari. All right. Got our other chicken thigh. Put some more grease in there. Okay, this is gonna be our last piece of chicken, and then we're gonna start on the rice and peas. Side note, guys, this is gonna be a long live, so if you got some other shit to do, feel free to go ahead and do that. Come back. 9 times out of 10, we're probably still gonna be here. Okay. Hey Julia. So we got the rice paper. That's going really well. Put that over here like so. We're gonna get this chicken thigh. We're gonna wrap this chicken thigh up in some, what we like to call vegan fat, which is Vietnamese rice paper. And now we're gonna put the skin on it, which is tofu skin. Got a nice, pretty nice piece right here. Think we can do a lot with this piece. If nothing else, we can try. Did not mean to do that. Sorry, I'm looking for a nice long piece of skin. That can probably seal this. Rice paper and then what? Tofu skin. Rice paper and tofu skin. But like I said, this is only if you want to do this, because this gives the chicken like a nice skin. Because when you make brown stew chicken, you're supposed to sear or brown the chicken. And most vegan, and the point of that is to get the skin kind of nice and crispy. And most vegan meats don't have skin, so I just created skin and fat for it. That is it. Okay, I'm going to put this in the oven. Take this out of the line of sight. I'm removing the rice paper since I'm done with that. putting this in the trash. I'm going to put this in the oven too until we're ready for it. Alright, so, well, that's not going to work now, is it? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to make more space. Okay, so now we're going to get working on our beans, okay? For our peas and rice. And I know a lot of people are going to be mad when they see how I'm making it, because it's very millennial way. But listen. So normally when you make rice and peas, you are supposed to use like fresh peas that you soaked. You understand? And all of that. That's how my dad would do it. Pero mommy, I don't have the time. So, and also, I'm just not doing all that. Like, to be quite frank and honest with y'all, I'm just not. I'm not about to do all of that. So, I have a pot like so, clean. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the beans. I'm going to drain the water off of them, and I'm going to put them in the back to start cooking. This is going to be the quick version of rice and peas. A lot of Jamaican people are going to be mad. I see foreseeable a couple of death threats coming, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I just got to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? I can't be out here cooking rice and beans all day, or rice and peas rather, excuse me. All day. I can't do it. Where's the strainer? Okay. So I have this open. I don't know if you guys want to see this, but I'm just draining the water off of this. Literally, that's it. The water and the oil, actually. Because in the rice and peas, I'm going to put coconut cream in it. So I have 2 cans of beans. Oh. Y'all almost had me forget about my chicken. Let me flip my little chicken skin over. Bam. This one's a little bit looser than the other one. So you guys can see how it looks. It's a little bit looser than the other one. Okay, so let me open up the other can of beans, and then once I pour the liquid off of the beans, I'm just going to rinse them with water. I don't want any of that oil on the beans. None. Okay. So after I put the beans, I have them in a strainer, and I'm just gonna rinse them with some water to get like that last little bit of oil off of them. Now mind you, these beans are pretty much like fully cooked already, so you don't have to do a lot of work with them. So I'm putting my beans in real quick, like. And so when my dad would make this, he would always make it with chicken fat. Where's my chicken fat? Oh, here it is. So this is my chicken fat. I know this is going to seem weird to you guys. And so what this is the vegan chicken broth and coconut oil. Because my dad used to make it with chicken fat to give it like a little extra flavor. So I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. And the reason why I use the coconut oil is because coconut oil is like one of the only oils that's solid at room temperature. And so is animal fat. Animal fat is also solid at room temperature. So that's why I use the chicken broth along with the coconut oil, okay? Let me see if these thighs is ready to come out. I just kind of want it to stick a little bit better, but it's not, so whatever at this point. All right, let me flip this over on this side. Okay, so we still have that chicken thigh frying up, and I'm gonna take these scraps of skin and stuff away, and I'm gonna start cutting up my onion and my bell pepper for this. Actually, I think I'm just gonna throw it in the food processor for the sake of time. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. So let me put you guys over here. Sorry guys, when I get a production team, life will just be a lot easier for everybody, okay? All right, so to save on time, I'm just gonna put my onions and my bell peppers and stuff inside the food processor, mainly because I'm just being lazy, but whatever. So for this, you need green bell pepper. This is for your rice and peas. I'm gonna rinse this bell pepper off. You need, I'm gonna use, ooh, I think I just cut myself. Y'all know, Lulu knows, it don't never work out well for me with these knives. So I'm gonna use half of this bell pepper. Hey, Lakedra. Cutting out the white part. And this is for my peas, for my rice and peas. I know a lot of people gonna hate. I don't even see it. So I got my bell pepper. I'm gonna just put that inside the blender. Let me get a white onion. Small white onion. Are there any small ones in here? Got a white onion. I'm gonna throw that in there. And this just makes life easier, but if you don't have a food processor, you can also do this in a blender. And as long as, you know, you clean your blender out really well, when you get ready to make your smoothies, it's not gonna smell like oxtail, I promise. Okay, and put my onion in there. Garlic. Which y'all know I literally put garlic in everything. Okay. So I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 cloves of garlic. Put that in there. Let me get a tomato. One tomato. I'm definitely gonna need some scallion to put in the pot. I forgot about my little chicken thigh on here. Let me, yeah. Let me get my little chicken thigh on the plate. Okay, and let's move that. Now, tomato. This is a Roma tomato, but you can use any tomato you like, but I recommend using the same quantity. So if you're not, hey Marlon, if you have a big tomato, I would use like half of that. Okay, onion, garlic, tomato, bell pepper, and scallion. So I've got like 2 things of scallion here that I'm gonna rinse off. And so in my food processor, you guys are going to hear it, but don't worry about it. In my food processor, I'm just going to chop up everything for my rice and peas real quick. Sorry if y'all hear it. Okay, so we put the scallion inside of there. And instead of chopping up the onions, peppers, garlic, and tomato, I just put it in the food processor. I'll show you guys. So that's everything. Instead of me doing all the cutting myself, all I did was put it in the food processor. So, you know, I told you we cooking this old school, my dad's recipe, but we're doing it the millennial way. My dad would have cut all this shit by hand, and I just don't have time for it, nor the patience to do it. Not even gonna lie to you. Okay? So great. I'm gonna leave a little bit of this in here for the brown stew chicken, because I'm gonna just put more onions and peppers and stuff in there. Okay, yes. So my beans look good. I need to add some water to them. Instead of adding water to them, I'm gonna add broth to them, because that's just what I always do. You feel me? I just always add broth. So hang on a second, let me grab the broth. This is my bouillon paste. If you guys have seen me cook before, you already know. Put this shit on everything, and I put that shit on everything, okay? So I'm gonna put a tablespoon, if I can get it open. Damn, I'm looking crazy on here. Okay, got it open. I'm gonna put a tablespoon of this in the beans, okay? Since this is bouillon paste, we have to add water for the bouillon paste. Fine. Oh, I got this container right here. I can put some water in here. So I'm going to get a little bit of hot water. Put it in there for the rice and peas, okay? So now the next two things. Oh, you love that broth? Facts. That's big facts. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see it because the chicken's in the way. But the next two things you're putting in is absolutely imperative to the revolution. Thyme. So it has to be, these are the leaves, it has to be fresh thyme. Now you can, if you have dried thyme, you can use that, but I promise you, the flavor will not be the same. You have to put, you gotta put the fresh thyme in there. And if you're Jamaican, West Indian at all, then you already know. I feel like this is about a good amount. We're gonna put that in there. I'm just gonna put a little bit more. I really like fresh thyme, so that's gonna be good. Okay, I'm not gonna put all of that in there now. The coconut cream. If you are making Jamaican rice and peas, you cannot make Jamaican rice and peas without the cream coconut, okay? And you have to let this cook down. Right? Okay. I don't have scissors. Okay. Let me get this. Oh, that's... Okay. So some people only use like... Well, this is a lot of coconut oil at the top. Hold on a second. Because I gotta... I had to put some of this coconut oil to the top. There's a lot of oil on the top. And I don't want all of that oil. Let me get a container for this. Okay. Actually, you can take all of that fat off of and just use the coconut cream. So some people will use like just a quarter of the pack or the half of the pack. I like to use the whole thing because I really like my rice to have that good flavor, that good, you know, authentic flavor. So you just put that in there. You're gonna let it catch a little bubble. It normally, when you're making it, it's gonna bubble up for like 40 minutes, but you don't really need it to bubble up that long. Okay, so next thing you're gonna do, well, the last thing I'm gonna do before I actually cover it is add a scotch bonnet. Now this is really, really important. I need you guys to pay attention on this. You have to put the scotch bonnet in like this, and when you stir it, you have to stir it really lightly, because if you pop this and these seeds come out, the pot of rice will probably be too hot. You won't even be able to eat it. So stir that around. You want to stir that really gently. Okay, and this is probably going to cook for like 15 or 20 minutes because we want the coconut to cook down and we want the onions and peppers to be cooked. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I'm about to cover that as soon as I find the cover, and then we're going to get started on the cabbage and the brown stew chicken while we wait. Okay, so cover that. Let me move all of these trash. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Julie. I'm going to get started on the cabbage, which I came up with my own recipe for cabbage. So before y'all niggas get to hating, just know this is not like Jamaican cabbage. This is my recipe for cabbage that I absolutely love. Okay, so the first thing, we're gonna turn this fire on. I'm gonna move this chicken out of the way. These are our crispy seared chicken legs and thighs. We're gonna put that over here so I don't have to pretend to balance it no more. Woo, look at that. Almost had a stowaway. Almost had a stowaway. Okay, so we're making our cabbage really quick. Very easy to make, but like I said, this is my own personal recipe for cabbage. This is like not Jamaican style cabbage, so Jamaicans, y'all just back up off the kid real quick, okay? Alright, so I have some country crock. This is vegan butter. If you guys didn't know, you grew up on country crock and didn't know, country crock is vegan. So the first thing I like to do is put 2 big old tablespoons of country crock in there. This is not a healthy meal, so don't be like, oh, I thought vegans. No, you didn't. You didn't think that, okay? Right, so we got it set. You guys can see that. Butter's in the pan. Cool. Now, I like to do this for like color. Hey, Brianna, I like to do this for like color and vibrancy. I really like using yellow or red peppers when I make my cabbage. You definitely don't want to use a green pepper because you want your cabbage to have like a sweet kind of flavor to it. So I'm going to rinse this pepper off real quick. And I'm literally going to use half. Okay, and the only reason why I'm not using the whole thing is because I like a lot of peppers, and I'm going to use the rest of that yellow pepper in the chicken. And so you're going to slice these. For those of you who don't know, this is a slice. Hey, Donald, it's all going to cook down, so don't worry about it. If you're a person who, especially in this recipe, if you're a person who doesn't like onions, you don't like peppers, all of that bullshit, you know what I mean? It's going to cook down, so don't even worry about it. Yellow peppers go in. Okay. Got my garlic. I really like garlic, and I like it in this recipe, so I'm going to get like 5 cloves of garlic, okay? 5 cloves of garlic. It's already peeled. And now I'm going to chop these. Let me pay attention, because, you know, I be talking to y'all, and the next thing you know, my damn finger be sliced. If you watch my cooking, y'all see I be cutting my damn finger up all the time. Why is my back pot, why are you twerking like that, boo? What happened? My back pot is twerking. Doing the percolator. Alright, cool. So I'm going to chop this garlic. You can also grate the garlic if you like. And you definitely don't... I think it's just like that in my eye. Definitely got in my eye. A little bit of garlic juice. That's alright, folks. Hazard of the trade. Okay. So you don't have to do it too small. You just don't want any like really big chunks of garlic. You don't really want that. So you can scoop that up with your knife, toss that in here. Like I said, this is going to be in here long enough to where it's all going to cook down. It won't even matter, okay? Garlic goes in there. Now you're going to get a white onion. I'm going to do the same thing. Damn, these rice and peas smell like they about to be flamed. Well, it's just peas right now. We didn't put the rice in yet. Okay. Hold on, y'all. And if you guys can't see, it's hard for me to tell, like, looking in the camera, if you guys can see what I'm doing or not. So if you guys can't see at any point, or there's something you would like to be in better focus, please let me know, because I can't really see what you guys can see. Okay? Slicing onions, same thing. Onions go in. Everybody's about to have a good time. Okay, so now the next thing that we do, actually, I have some broth in the fridge. Excuse me. So I actually have some broth. This is the broth that I made the vegan chicken in, the seitan for the Popeyes. I'm going to use that. Because, you know, black people, we like to season shit with meat. So, I'm just going to use that in here. And I think that's going to work out lovely. So, what I've been doing recently with my cabbage, when I make it, is I make like a kind of like a saucy little broth for it. And then I put the cabbage in last. Okay? So, the next thing I'm going to add... liquid smoke. Very, very important. It's going to add to that meaty flavor that it already has. And now, oh, this is clutch. So I started doing this, I think like last year, and it just came out so well I kept doing it. This is African Berber. I don't know if you can see that. And I got it from the world market, the international market. And this is medium heat Berber. Which is an Ethiopian spice. So if you've ever had Ethiopian food, or probably most North African food, it's had Berber in it, and it's pretty spicy. But I really like the flavor of it. Definitely you could get it at an international market. Should be able to get it at like a farmer's market. And I want to say Whole Foods. I feel like I see enough white people in the Ethiopian restaurant that they white people have got a hold of Berber. So it should be at Whole Foods, okay? So this clump is holding me back. Hold on. I don't want to pour it with this clump in it. Okay. So I can't tell you how much to use, but I want to say I use like 2 tablespoons. Pretty much. I'll show you guys what it looks like, and you can tell me if it's 2 tablespoons or not. That's how much of the Berber that I use. And then I do onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, a little bit of salt, and then I start putting the cabbage in. So this is onion powder right here. I'm going to get the garlic powder. So basically, like, we're making like a little bath for the cabbage. Garlic powder. Okay. I like to do scallion too. I forgot about the scallion. When I have it, I happen to have scallion since we're making the brown stew chicken and the rice and peas. So yes, girl, that's the thing. People be eating this bland ass non-melanated vegan food and they be like, oh, I don't like vegan food. No, you don't like unseasoned food. That's what you don't like. Okay, so we got 2 scallion in there. What did we put? Onion powder, garlic powder. We're gonna put a little bit of black pepper if I can find it. I don't know where that grew legs and walked off to. Oh, here's some black pepper right here. And then some salt if I can find it. I don't know where my salt is. All of this smells amazing. I have to let y'all know. Okay, some black pepper. You don't want to do too much black pepper. The black pepper, because we put the African Berber in there, so the black pepper is really, you know, just kind of out of tradition. You know, black people, we always cook with black pepper, so it's just kind of out of tradition. So we're making like a little bath for the cabbage. So imagine that this is a club party, you know what I'm saying? Boom, club popping, it's bopping. Wham that thing now, wham that thing. Wham that thing now, wham that thing. Now slip, 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 slide. Slip, 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 slide. It's all popping. The cabbage is Drake. Okay, so you want the whole party to be lit before Drake shows up. You feel me? You want everybody else to come in. You want the thotty models to come in. You want the niggas who don't dance to come in. The drug dealers, the scammers, everybody. Everybody needs to come in first. Woo! Excuse me, y'all. My beans is carrying on back here. Smelling good. Woo, that coconut milk done. That coconut cream done came. Tizzle. Ooh. 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 Let me show you what it looked like, boo. That's the beans for the rice and peas. That's the sauce for the cabbage. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all know how we do. You know how we do. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit more water in the beans. Because they were starting to stick a little bit. We want that coconut cream to be cooked all the way through. Excuse me. And remember, guys, as you're stirring this, you want to stir really lightly because, oh, you guys can't see. Let me show you. Because you have that scotch bonnet pepper in there. So it's really important to make sure that you don't break that. If you break that, you will not be able to eat it. It's going to be, it literally will be too spicy, okay? Promise you. Okay, so our cabbage looks like it's pretty lit. What did I say we were missing? I said salt, right? Let me find the salt. Oh, found it. Okay. You know, we always talk about the hierarchy of salt. Himalayan pink salt is what you want to go with. We're going to put a little Himalayan pink salt. We don't want to overdo it because remember we did put that broth in here and the broth has salt, right? So we're going to put a little bit of salt. Boom. The beans is cooking on a low end. So what's going to happen is once I get the cabbage into the pot, then I'm going to go back to dealing with the beans. We multitasking, okay? Multitasking. Let me get the cabbage. Alright, we got the cabbage. We're going to rinse the cabbage off real quick. Okay. So we got the cabbage. I hope you guys can see pretty well. Damn, that looks fire. I hope it's gonna be fire, girl. Smell good. I hope it's good. Sorry, y'all don't judge me. Sorry, that made my whole tripod go down. Hold on, I'm sorry. My tripod got messed up in the process. Y'all hang tight, okay? Ooh. Sorry about that, y'all. Okay, so now that the cabbage is ready, you just gonna slice it up the way, same way you normally would. Slice up some cabbage, right? Toss it in there. Everybody knows how to slice cabbage. Don't flex on me. You know how to do it. Do that. This piece look a little dirty. I don't know what's going on with that piece. I'm gonna put that over there. Okay. Got it? So real quick, I'm going to review what we have inside the cabbage. Inside the cabbage, you have broth. So vegan broth. It's vegan chicken broth, I think, but you can use the bouillon paste or whatever. You have onions. You have peppers, scallion, garlic. Oh, snap, I forgot to put the fresh thyme in there. My bad, y'all. You can use, what's it called? You can use dried thyme, but it won't be the same. Fresh thyme. I meant to put this at the bottom. My bad, y'all. Get a little bit more. You want that at the bottom. You want that to be part of the VIP. Hey, Samara. Okay. Woo. Damn, this rice and peas is gonna be lit. I'm gonna contend with that in one moment. Okay. Hey, Shanita. Alright, so I got a cover right here. Before I put that cover on, I'm just going to move this cabbage around a little bit. So the pieces at the bottom, so it's all getting the flavor, baby. Okay? So you want to move that around. And you want it to steam. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to put a cover on it, so that these pieces can steam and go down, and then I can use the other half. I don't think that's the right cover, but it'll do for the time being, okay? Great. So I'm going to season up this a little bit more. Put this in here too. I'm going to season up my peas and rice a little bit more. Let me turn it so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to take the scotch bonnet pepper out. I'm going to wash the rice and put the rice in and then let it steam, okay? So right now, put some onion powder. Okay. I'm going to put some garlic powder. Okay. Put some black pepper. Now, guys, I did not put any salt in this, and the reason I didn't put any salt in it is because we put the vegan vegetable broth in there, and that has salt. So we don't want to over salt it. So what I'm going to do is, now that I'm mixing this up, I'm going to taste it, make sure that it's not too salty. And see if it needs salt. That's what I'm actually going to do. Okay, so let me rinse my spoon off. I'm rinsing my spoon off so that I can have a clear and balanced taste. Hey, Lulu. Okay. So I'm going to get that. And once again, as far as what I put in here, there is onions, bell pepper, tomato, garlic, fresh thyme, a whole scotch bonnet, scallion, coconut cream, and red kidney beans. I did not soak my kidney beans from scratch. I used canned kidney beans, and I just rinsed them off. That's good. I'm going to add a little salt to it. Actually, I'm not going to add salt. I'm going to add another scoop of the bouillon paste, because I think that will add salt, and just it will add a lot more flavor in general. Let me get some more water. Oh, bitch, did my spoon fall in there? Why y'all ain't tell me the spoon fell in? Y'all ain't right, man. Y'all ain't fucking right, bro. Nobody was gonna be like, Sunny, the spoon falling in. Nobody? You couldn't type it? Y'all see how y'all do me? Pure madness. How y'all treat me, man? Okay, so we added the extra scoop of bouillon paste to it. All right. Hang on, y'all. I'm gonna add a little bit more water. Okay, I feel pretty sufficient with that. Which bouillon paste is that? Oh, I'm glad you asked. These niggas need to cash me a check. Better Than Bouillon premium vegetable paste. Okay, they have this flavor, and the roasted garlic is also vegan. But I literally, if you've seen me cook before, I put this shit on everything, and I put this shit in everything. I put it on my mama, on my hood, on God, on period. Swear by it. If you're going or starting about to be vegan, think about it. Even if you think about it, just buy the shit. Buy it if you think about it, okay? Alright, so on this back burner, we have our peas cooking. For our rice and peas, let me cover these back up. We just seasoned them. Got those to be well seasoned. And I'm about to contend with this cabbage, which smells very spicy. I might have put too much Berber in it, but that's okay. So you see the cabbage just looks sexy, right? It's got that beautiful red color to it. The liquid smoke, the Berber. Jawon, man. Alright, bet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up the other half of cabbage and toss that in there. And this is really easy to do, because once you're done with the cabbage, or once it's like almost done, you can just toss some shredded carrot in. And you're gonna see I'm gonna put some more vegan butter in it. I know y'all see me put some in the beginning, but nigga, so I'm finna put more in there. Alright. And this is just a key. So this part of the cabbage, you can keep it, but I always throw this part away. And the reason why is because the more closer you go into the cabbage, the longer that part takes to cook. And nigga don't be feeling like dealing with all that. So, you feel me? I just be like, oh, no, I'm straight. Alright. Trash bag over here. Okay. Hey, Sunny. Other Sunny. Alright, so we're going to cover this back up. Boom. I'm going to try to gather some of the straggler pieces of cabbage over here so I can put it in the pot. toss the trash. You know what I mean? And then, shit, we're going to start making the sauce for our brown stew chicken. And it's going to be lit. Let me get this vegetable trash up real quick. Sorry. You know, when I get a production team and a live studio audience, it'll be all good. Okay, this is all of our extra cabbage. Let me move this piece right here. Okay, so our extra cabbage. Put that in there like this. Like that, and like this, and like that, and there. Like that, and like this. Boom. Put that top back on there and let that cook. You came just in time? Yeah, well, I know we had to be on this live for over an hour at this point. But we got to be done in 2-point tizzle. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm just moving this around. So the cabbage that was on the bottom, I'm putting that on the top so that the cabbage that's on the top can fall to the bottom and cook more efficiently. Okay, so really just turning it over like this. Turning it over like that. Right, so that everything gets a fair shake at cooking, right? Okay. And so I started making my cabbage like that last year, and ever since I literally have just never looked back. I love the way that cabbage comes out with the liquid smoke and the Berber and the vegetable broth. Fucking amazing. All right. So now we're going to wash our rice for this pot. I'm going to actually taste this. I'm going to stir this around and taste it. Let me show you what this looks like stirred around. Sorry. This is our rice and peas broth. So you got your kidney beans in there, you got your thyme, your fresh garlic, your onions, your peppers. It has a really nice flavor, and I'm about to put the rice in there for it. And so two things you might notice about the rice and peas that I have. One, it seems to be more like a beige kind of, you know, like a little light skin broth instead of a red broth. It doesn't have the red broth for one because I didn't soak my peas, my kidney beans. I got them out of the can, and also I put a lot of coconut cream in mine because I like the rice to have like a really outstanding coconutty flavor. But if you don't like that, you don't have to. So I'm just gonna taste this real quick, make sure it's on point. Flavors so well. Okay, so for the rice, hey Black Cat, for the rice, I'm using jasmine rice. Let me tell you about this. You can use, sorry, let me cover this while I'm talking. You can use like parboiled rice if you want to. I would say the best rice you can use is jasmine, basmati, or long grain rice. If you're not going to use any of those, then it really don't matter. You can put parboiled rice in. You can put short grain rice. Nigga, you can put quinoa. But if you want that real fluffy, authentic experience, this is what you need right here. This right here. And I'm telling you, I'm going to show y'all a trick. Everybody going to be mad. I know y'all going to be mad. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to wash my rice. So I'm going to put it in a colander. And I'm pretty much just going to rinse the rice off. Now, with this part, I ain't going to lie to y'all. I don't really know why the fuck we do this. But I always see my mom do it. I always see my dad do it. So, you feel me? In my mind, it's just supposed to be done. I might be doing nothing but holding up a senseless tradition since slavery, but I just always see my parents wash their rice. So, like, I don't know. If anybody knows why we wash rice as black people, you can damn sure comment, because I have no idea. I literally have no clue. I think it's like to get some of the starch off, but rice is already the starch. Maybe it's just because we wash everything else. Like, we wash chicken, we wash all our vegetables, so it makes sense that we would wash this too. Nigga, I don't know. I said y'all was gonna be mad at me. This is a rice cooker. I'm gonna pour my beans in here, and I'm gonna continue to cook my rice in the rice cooker. You know why? Because rice cooker rice cannot get fucked up. It never overcooks. It'll switch over to warm. It's just easy. I told you we're doing like 50% my recipe, 50% millennial cooking shit, right? So my dad would never use a rice cooker to make rice and peas, but I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna be making the brown stew chicken and I'm gonna be cooking the cabbage at the same time, and it's gonna be hard to watch both. So instead of watching all of that stuff at the same time, I can just put the rice in a rice cooker, and then I don't even have to think about the rice, right? Okay, so I'm gonna cut this off. We have our delicious bean broth. Let me try not to get burnt. Woo. Woo. Ah. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, you guys saw, I'm going to take the piece of Scotch bonnet pepper out. I'm not keeping it out. I'm just taking it out right now so that once I put the rice and stuff in it, it doesn't burst. Because if the pepper bursts, you will not be able to eat the rice. That's how spicy it's going to be. Okay, let me see. My mom and grandma do it. I think it's to get the starch off so it won't be sticky or mushy. Oh, that makes good. That makes really good sense. See, I cheated in college, so I have no idea, like, scientific-wise, you know, why that would make sense. But, yeah. That sounds like it makes sense, to be honest. Okay. So, I have this. I'm just going to scoop it out. This is 1 cup of rice. See how far it could really go. This is 2 cups of rice. I guess I want to see how many cups of rice it is. This is 3 cups of rice. Because I think this can cook as much as like 10. It's 4 cups of rice. And pretty much 5 cups of rice. Okay? Alright. So we're going to mix that all around. And it's good. It could just use a little bit more water. Just a little bit. And now I'm going to add the pepper, the Scotch bonnet, back to it. And now I'm going to put this in the rice cooker so it can cook. Ooh, how did that get hot so fast? Well, I guess it would hold heat. That would make sense. Duh. So I'm going to put this back in the rice cooker. Put the cover on that. Hang on 1 second. Hang on. And cook. So great. My rice is about to cook. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to think about it. That and we don't trust the factory. That's a good point. Okay, so the cabbage is almost done as well. And then we're going to get to the brown stew chicken, which is the part that I think everybody's been waiting for. So this is our cabbage. It's pretty much done. Did I add any salt to this? No, I didn't. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this. A little bit of salt. Y'all don't judge me. Add a little bit more butter, and by a little bit I mean 2 big tablespoons more butter. That last one wasn't a full one, so I had to put that in there. Okay. And I'm gonna add some carrots. These are just little carrots that I normally put on my salad. So this is gonna work really good because the cabbage is basically almost done. So let me just put that in there real quick. Gonna kind of mix this around. Mix that around really quick. Some of the carrots is dropping, but that's okay. And your cabbage is done. So the main thing, you can put whatever you want in here, but the main thing is the liquid smoke and the Berber together. I feel like just like, I can't even explain. It just literally gives it a flavor that's like out of this world. Dang it, I missed this whole milk being. No, you didn't. We're about to make the brown stew chicken. And that's like the main part of the dish. And then after the brown stew chicken, then I'm just gonna make some plantains really quick. It's gonna take like 2 seconds. 1, 2. Hey Hakeem. So this is our cabbage. And I'm gonna let that like continue cooking with the lid off. So what I'm gonna do is like move this pot that I had the rice in. I'm gonna move that shit away. And I'm gonna put this on the back burner and let that butter make it get kind of saucy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir. Well, I just move this entirely. Alright, boom. So actually, what was that on? 8. So let's put that on the same thing. 6. Okay. So if you happen to see earlier, let me get my other. If you happen to see earlier, we browned our vegan fried chicken. So let me pick this up so you guys can see. So this is our chicken thigh that has like skin and fat and everything on it. And I'll show you. Let me see. It's like Jenga if I can get the leg. This is the chicken leg, quote unquote. Okay, and so now we're going to make the sauce for the brown stew chicken. Okay, let me see if I have a pot that's big enough. I hope this pot will work. I feel like that pot over there will work better, or the cast iron skillet, but it's both occupied right now, so these are the ones that we gotta use. Okay, so the brown stew sauce is really, really quick, really, really easy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do for the sake of time and television is I'm gonna take my vegetables and I'm gonna put them in the food processor like we did before. It's gonna be wonderful. I got a yellow bell pepper. We're gonna put that in there. I got a green bell pepper. And we are making brown stew chicken. I'm so mad I missed the browning of the chicken. Girl, you can always rewatch it whenever you get ready. I will send it to you. Okay? So got our green pepper. We're just tossing that in there. Garlic, I'm gonna use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big cloves of garlic. I got tomato. I'm going to put 1 tomato in there. And this is optional. I've looked at a lot of different recipes, including my dad's. And the tomato is optional. So, you know, if you don't fuck with tomatoes like that, you don't have to put it in there. Okay? And then also, I have some pieces of ginger here. Some people put ginger powder in theirs, but I always feel like if you have the fresh, use the fresh. Okay, so this is fresh ginger. We're tossing that in there. And Now I am going to get a little bit of butter and water, and I'm going to use this vegan chicken broth, okay? So let me get some vegan butter. Let me put it in here. Oh, hey Monica. I should have showed you guys that for longer. So this is not chicken bouillon cubes. You can get these at Whole Foods, or at least that's where I got mine from. And this was $2.76, so call it $3, okay? Alright, so let me get to chopping my vegetables while I get some butter. Put that in the pan. Fresh. Okay, so right now in here we have the not chicken or the vegan chicken bouillon cube and some vegan butter, which is crunchy crop, and some fresh thyme. Okay, this smells crazy good already. Right, so now we're just gonna toss our vegetables in there. Alright, we got all of that out. Let me put all of this stuff over here. Okay, so this is all of the stuff that's supposed to be in here except for one thing, which is our scotch bonnet or habanero pepper. Let me add a little bit more oil to it. And I'm going to show you guys that really quickly. Okay, so we got our scotch bonnet. And we about to cut that up real quick. So really important, guys, when you're working with scotch bonnet. I'm going to turn this a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing in the corner of the screen. Whenever you're cutting a scotch bonnet, because they are so spicy, you want to cut it with a knife and a fork. Because if you cut it with your bare fingers and you make a mistake, and then later you end up doing something just really simple, a careless mistake like, you know, rubbing your eyes, this is a really hard pepper to get off of your fingertips. This and jalapenos. And then, you know, anything could happen. Like, you could rub your eyes, you could dig in your ear. You know what I'm saying? If you know, it's gonna ruin anything. You might go and try to do something a little sexy later with this on your hands, the capsaicin oil. Oh, that's gonna be a bad night for your man or your lady. I don't know if they're gonna talk to you for a while. Okay. So we got that. Now we're gonna add some scallion to it because you need scallion for your brown stew chicken. Oh, this is perfect. I got 2 left. Right? I truly hope you all are having a beautiful Wednesday. And I want to say this about the brown stew chicken. It's really, oh, that ginger smells so good. It's really a weeknight meal. Like, a lot of times we only eat, well, at least when I was growing up in the house with my dad, we ate brown stew chicken like on a Sunday. It wasn't like a, you know, it wasn't like a weeknight meal. But as I'm showing you guys, it's so simple to make that it can be a weeknight meal. Like, all the stuff that I did with the chicken skin and stuff, like, that shit was just fancy. You know what I'm saying? That didn't have to be done. That was just something that I did. Okay. Alright, so we put our chicken bouillon in there. We, of course, are going to season with some onion powder, some garlic powder. Good amount of onion powder. Good amount of garlic powder. Right? And now, there is absolutely no way that you can make brown stew chicken without browning. You have to. If you don't have browning, you can use soy sauce, but it's not as thick. It's not really the same thing. But you have to have browning, or you have to have soy sauce, or you can use liquid aminos if you like. But you need browning. That's a must. Could be any company of your choice, because I mean, it is brown stew chicken, so you know what I'm saying? You can really do it whatever way you want, but it is brown stew chicken. Okay, I'm about to add some carrots to this. Not those steamer carrots. A big carrot. Damn, my cabbage looks good. Okay, so I'm going to add the carrot to it. And the reason why I'm adding the carrot to it before the chicken, hey Anastasia, is because the carrot takes longer to cook than the chicken does. And I know that sounds strange, but it's because we're using vegan chicken. And essentially the chicken's like already cooked, right? So we're just going to get the carrot. You want to slice that on an angle. Man, let me tell you, that ginger with that hot pepper and that bouillon cube got the whole house just smelling like amazing grace, man. Okay, so we're going to get the carrot. Put the carrot in like so. Did we put the scallion in already? Yeah, we put the scallion in. Scallion, the carrot. Okay. Bam. Okay, so this is starting to lose a little bit of its water. We're going to add some more water to it because if we were cooking it non-vegan, when we put the chicken in, the chicken would give it its own water. But since we don't have real chicken that's going to give off like animal seasoning, we got to add water to it. Okay, so we added our water. Okay. Actually, we can add a little bit more to it. Just a little bit more. And then we're going to add some browning and some ketchup. Those are pretty much the last two ingredients. And then we're going to taste it and see if it needs anything else. But it shouldn't. The only thing it might need would be some salt. But after that, should be good. So let's put the browning in there. Whoop. Some browning. To make our brown stew chicken. Okay, and now I'm going to add the last ingredient, if I can find it, found it, which is some ketchup. And this is staple brown stew chicken stuff. You got to add ketchup. I think it's about a tablespoon. So we're going to add that like that. And just let that simmer really quickly. And at this point, the only thing we're waiting for is like the onions and the peppers, the ginger, and most importantly, the carrots to cook, because you don't want your carrots to be hard and crunchy in there. That's kind of why I like cut them small for the sake of time. And that's pretty much it, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get off of this live, but this is basically the sauce, and I'm going to keep it uncovered so that it starts to get thicker. And once it's done, then I'm going to put one by one, I'm going to start frying my chicken in here and then putting it in the sauce. Our rice and peas is over there. I'll show you the cabbage one more time. Our Berber cabbage. Our rice and peas is doing well in the rice cooker. I want to watch you so bad, but I'm on day 4 of my water dry fast. Watching you gives me the vapors low. I'm about to be water fasting next week. You did that. It looks amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It smells amazing too. I cannot wait to be eating on this. But if you guys have any questions, I'm going to show the chicken in the screen one last time that we did. Actually, this is like one of the chicken legs. I've been eating off of this one, but it has the skin. I'm going to show you guys just so you can hear the crunch on it. That's really good, just like that. This is vegan, by the way. Really good. Really good. I'm actually gonna fry that chicken one more time, let it get really crispy. And then once the sauce is done, I'm gonna put in the sauce, and it's basically, we're gonna be done. Church announcements. If you are a lady and you have not signed up for the Wet Challenge, you need to sign up for the Wet Challenge. It is 100% free, 100% results guaranteed. If you don't really like to be on Facebook, we also have a group me. There's currently 250 ladies in the group, all amazing, all super supportive, all working hard to reach their vegan goals. Church announcement number 2. If you're in Tallahassee, I will be in Tallahassee the first 2 weeks of October, selling the plates for their homecoming. Okay? Last 2 weeks of October, I will be in South Florida. So if you live in South Florida, I'll be selling plates down there. And then also a new cookbook coming. Any questions, comments, concerns, jokes?